guys, really big day yesterday, huh? I'll give it a few minutes for everybody to arrive. And yeah, then we will begin. Let's give it a few minutes for everybody to show up. Give it a few minutes. Hi, everyone. Hey. Okay, so I'll give it about like a minute or two for everybody to arrive. Let's see who arrives to this stream. And I want people to slowly enter the room as I start the show. Arrives to this stream. And I want people to slowly enter the room as I start the show. Arrives to this stream. And I want people to slowly enter the room. I'll give it a minute. All right. Hi, who arrived? Please wave your hand, whoever arrives, because I'm starting to set things, and I want people to make sure who arrived. Getting prepared. Big news yesterday, huh? I'm not sure if anybody saw the news, but it shook the whole world, didn't it? Let me make this. Okay, so we got this. You know, I've realized that StreamYard sucks. I don't know how people use StreamYard. I do not like StreamYard. It used to charge me like $25 a week. Well, this new thing, I'm not sure if anybody tried it out, but I find this new broadcast a lot decent compared to StreamYard. It's called the Emux. It's pretty good, actually, if you look at it, the Emux. I'll give it a few minutes for people to arrive. Yeah, so yeah, that works. Good, that works. I'm gonna make sure everything works. Okay, I'm just gonna start the show. Let's see whoever arrives, my channel's open. So okay. So yesterday was the biggest day for everybody's life when the hostages came home. I realized that there was many nations from the globe watching. In fact, in the middle of the night around like 3 o'clock a.m., I know I lost my sleep. For sure, I lost my sleep for sure. I could not sleep anymore. In Israel, it was like, I would say in the daytime, and there were all these lights, these festivals, these celebrations, people jumping up and down. It felt like the 4th of July, that people just start jumping up and down like it's the 4th of July countdown for the 4th of July, or the vibe that you get for New Year's Eve, that it's about to be a New Year's. Well, I definitely figured that I feel like in Israel, this is going to be a new holiday, the day that the hostages come home. 20 people came home, and it's sad that one of the recent hostages ended up, I believe he did suicide. I don't remember. Did he kill himself? I believe he killed himself. And his family could not take the torture anymore. He killed himself too, and that's just torture in my opinion. But it makes me miss one thing I've said. The thing that I've said is that if you are meant to live till the last drop, you will live, and nobody can make you say anything, because every breath, God owns your breath, and you cannot compete with that, right? And when I seen those hostages come home alive, actually, and I was pretty surprised. That just comes to, you need to have faith in things. Don't lose hope. Yes, it's emotional. It's hard to hold on to. No kidding. It's very hard to see those things, but we must hold on to ourselves. And when I seen those 20 hostages come home, it made me realize there is such thing as miracles, and whoever's alive, God chooses who's meant to remain alive, no matter what pressure or power you're meant to do on people. That's just gonna hang on. Amaya, go out. I'm streaming. Go out. I'm streaming. Go. Sorry, my kid. Just when I started streaming, she enters in here. Okay. So what I seen yesterday, although I disagree completely. I feel like there's nothing from this deal. I feel another vibe coming from this deal. I know that many nations, places like Egypt and all these places showed up for the peace agreement. Just because there's a peace agreement in Gaza doesn't mean that somebody's just going to give up their long-time project for many, many years. I know I asked this with a couple of people actually, and they could not give me a clear-cut answer. If you look at it, that why all these, like Tommy Robinson, he's an evangelical Christian, and he's talking in UK like, look at how the Muslim country's treating. And I just want to laugh about it and say, congratulations, they want to kill us too. And the time is not far where they want to kill the Muslims too. It's right on the corner. People just don't see it yet. It is there. Israelis feel that the Muslims are not going to be killed. You must be dreaming. We're going to get killed too. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. And now the Muslim nations are learning that they are facing anti-Semitic hate from places like Yemen, places like Syria, places like Iraq. 1 second. Amaya, go out. I'm streaming. Go out. Go out. Oh my goodness. My daughter. Okay. So, like, seriously, all I'm going to say is this deal, it's a wake-up call, okay? You are going to learn. I know when I sat with Arabs had a really difficult time understanding that there are Muslims who actually do hate them. And they didn't believe it before, but we are seeing it now that they do. They hate a lot of the people, like places from Yemen and Syria. They don't like Saudi Arabs. Now, if you were to tell someone like, gee, I don't know, Tommy Robinson, he'll be like, oh, but you guys are Muslims. You hate it. Our Muslim world, you may think you have an ummah, but you don't have an ummah. In the Muslim world, things have always been divided, okay? Now, the way this shit works is that if you agree to one logic, places like Syria give, Iraq give, Lebanon, even though that was a Christian country, places like this give. If we listen to it, we're the greatest people on the planet. If not, they're going to hate us like hell. And that is exactly what's happening, because not every single Muslim agrees to the same damn thing. And not a lot of the people have pictured that Muslim nations will actually hate each other. Trust me, they do. They do. They hate each other very, very, very much. Very much. And it looks like it doesn't. I remember when I sat in a space and the PTI guy, everybody thought that, oh, gee, Muslim nations are going to gather together and be around Hamas. You freaking wish all the Muslim nations are going to be together and support you, Hamas. You must be freaking dreaming. You must be freaking dreaming. First, let them get along. They do not get along with each other. They just don't. When I seen like places like Yemenis or in Syria and Iraqi tell Saudi Arabia, oh, you're not a real Arab. We've been here before you, like the Iraqis. We've been here before you. We are the real Arabs. You think for a minute, but you guys are, that's right. But not everybody agrees. So they started yelling at each other, they started cursing at each other, and they started insulting each other, that you guys are Zionist jerks, you like Zionists only. And when the Saudi Arabs tried to reason that that is not the case, and we are trying to help you because according to the agreement, that's what Saudi agreed on, that, hey, we are going to get you a state. But they didn't listen to that. They want to continue their retarded resistance. We want to do resistance. So it comes to show you don't want a normal life. And the Muslims that live a normal life, they are hated for. Could you imagine that? Congratulations. That's exactly what it is. Muslim nations that live a normal life, they get hated for. And Saudi Arabia is a normal nation. UAE is a normal nation. Pakistan, I'm still exposing sources to make them understand. And they're getting the picture here, the funny part. I'm invited again tomorrow to expose my sources to the PTI leader, and he wants to share my sources to the government of Pakistan. Could you imagine that? He wants me to join in tomorrow on X specific meeting so he can take my sources and share it to his government. And he asks me literally every damn freaking thing when it comes to Israel. Now, I know people disagree with me in spaces all the time. They tell me like, oh, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. But some of the Pakistani people didn't even know how did Jordan come into an agreement, right? They didn't know that how did Jordan, the main key holder of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, some of the people don't even know that history. So I brought it up that, hey, congratulations, the main holder to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, it is not Israel, it is Jordan. Free means you have to fight Jordan. You have to fight Jordan to have the Al-Aqsa Mosque. That's not possible. Without warring Jordan and debating Jordan, you're not going to have that mosque. Congratulations. That is history today. That some people do not, they didn't even know that. They thought that Israel owed the Al-Aqsa Mosque. They didn't know that Jordan owed it. I see so much shit that people don't know. They don't study. They never type. They love to gossip shit. But they're never going to type on that stupid computer that, oh my God, who's disturbing my stream? Give me 1 second, guys. Somebody's disturbing my stream again. I am so sorry. Give me 1 second. Who the heck is it? Why do you call me when I'm doing my stream? Call on Auntie's phone. Yes, you're disturbing my stream. Sorry. Or by a warning, and I keep telling Israelis, you're going to see a lot more things. This is just the beginning. I've been telling that to the PTI guy too, that don't be surprised what you're about to see, because there's many nations in this game. Disagreements, no, oh, happily ever after, peace agreement, happily ever after, peace agreement. If people see that, okay, Israel's not a pussy country as much as people represent it like a pussy country, it's actually pretty smart. It knocked down Lebanon. It knocked down Syria. So like when you see things like that, you know that the Israelis, they can survive. Now, how are you going to survive? Now you can either let Israel be on its own, or you can build a special army and protect yourself. And that's something that Saudi learned today. That a lot of the Arab nations have learned, like places like UAE, Saudi, I'm not sure for Jordan, but like they've learned that, okay, Israel's not a nation that they just want to throw in the dirt bag. They want to build something with it that's going to help their nation's security. And they agreed to it because places like Iraq, Syria's liberation is never going to end. I don't see it any. Even with Al Jalani over there, I don't see a cure over there. I still see people standing in freaking base one where they've been standing, right? That's exactly where they are. And that's what they've been doing. Okay? So the Arab nations learned that okay, we cannot just lose link with Israel because it's a useful nation and it has a lot of preferences and a lot of things it can do. So the Arab nations learned that if they could just get free from the stupid Palestinian script. Now, I know a lot of Palestinians, if they're on here listening to my channel, you're probably not going to see what I see, but trust me. When some of us, me as a Pakistani Muslim, Saudi Arab Muslim, some of us spoke to the people from Syria, it's on my Hollywood page. They are anti-haters. They hate the Saudi Arab Muslims. Now, people say like, oh, but Yemen are Arabs. Congratulations. The Yemenites, they don't like Saudis. It's very rare out of a million where the Yemenites are going to like Saudis. They hate the Saudi Arabs. The Yemenites, they always want to declare themselves as they're the decent Arabs when they're not. See, this is where history comes in. And I was explaining this to the PTI meeting officer today, that it is very important to understand some of these nations and their anti-hate towards each other. And knowing where Saudi Arabia stands, you have to understand this. And the Yemenites, they're not good. They have no link with the Saudis. They hate them like hell. They're full Iranian supporters and they're full resistant movers, okay? And you think for a minute, how is that possible? It is possible. There's only few Arab nations that are translated differently into the Jews' Torah. Not all of them, just some of them. Like Iraq's in there, I believe. The Jordanians are in there with the different texts. Saudis, and I believe the Yemenites, yeah. But the Yemenites, they don't like the Saudi Arabs. You're always going to find them anti-hate, anti-everything, okay? Now, the Arab nations are learning after this war that in order for them to survive, their borders are close by. They can't really do anything being apart from Israel. They're not going to gain anything either. They're not going to do almost anything if you look at it. So they decided to, build in alliances with Israel instead. Now, that's going to cause problems. I promise you that. Syria is watching. Iraq is watching. And all these other nations are watching, including Hamas. Now, some of these nations that I exposed information today in the PTI meeting, some of like ordinary people, not the people who are smart, like the hosts and have documentation. Some of these people thought that, oh, every Muslim nation is going to just join Hamas and we are all going to live happily ever after, come together in Muslim. Yeah, freaking right. In your freaking dreams, Nobody's coming together. Hamas is banned from Pakistan. Nobody's going to come together with Hamas. This is propaganda script. And it just needs to be dead now, knowing what happened between Afghanistan and Pakistan, okay? Now, internet sources would tell you that, hey, well, Pakistan and Afghanistan are freaking best friends. Yeah, right. Not after this war, they're not. Mm-mm. So how is this going to affect today? Let me tell you how. Now, India, I have many Indian friends, and I've been asking him that what is Modi up to? What does Modi want to do? And they can't seem to tell me. They don't even know themselves that what does Modi want to do. In fact, Modi wants to take many alliances from other nations, like Afghanistan's alliance, get close to Russia. It didn't even pay attention to the important deal yesterday, knowing that Modi's Netanyahu's best friend. He should have been the first on the seat, knowing that the hostages are coming out today, but they didn't come, unfortunately, which is a shock to the world that where is Modi? So, in my opinion, I pray for the Israelis that you got your hostages home, but this round two, I don't know what's coming. I feel like there's a round two of this little chapter, and Trump is going to get a little bit violent. He literally said it on his statement. It's going to be an impact that the world is going to see. Now, I don't know what that impact you want to call it. A religious impact, an impact that's useful for a better tomorrow, almost any type of impact you could possibly think of. Okay, it's going to have one. And the Arab nations, they're going to be defending Israel this time. There's no rejection this time. How is that possible? Why? Let me tell you why. Because they learned that the Palestinian cause can never be resolved. Even after them looking like idiots, trying to get them a state, try everything they could to get them a state, they're still not satisfied. And those Palestinians who are trying to fight Hamas, that we're just done with you, leave us alone, we got this. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because Hamas gets paid from all these agencies all over, pretty much everywhere. Why would somebody give that up and just suddenly be a part of you? Did that hit to anybody here who was an Israeli? Why would somebody give all that cash up? All of it. You've been getting rich off that, you know? So I've realized that this deal, there's a good side. It was a really sensitive, emotional deal, but I don't see anything specific out of it. I don't see a change. And I feel anybody who is listening to me and understanding this, you would know that there's going to be serious consequences. There's going to be some consequences. And I feel like if anybody is prepared, then be ready. Be ready because these consequences are going to affect everybody. People just don't see it yet. It is. And I feel like if there's anything else I need to say in this stream, emotional people could not sleep yesterday. It's like they say, one happily ever after, new beginning. So that was yesterday's ending, and we are entering in a new beginning. And who is going to play in this new beginning? We are about to find out as we push Hamas. So I'll leave it right there. And in this new beginning, who's going to be sticking with us and who left us? I think in this new beginning, I don't feel like India's going to be stepping in. India's on its own journey. But the Arab countries, you can expect something from them. So it's quite a ride, guys. Speaking of such a beautiful day, yesterday, and it leads to a new beginning. And we are about to find out what that new beginning is. So I feel like this is the mini stream I have done. I'm not going to make this stream too long. I just want people to understand that what they saw yesterday, it may be a very emotional, sad ending, but we are about to see a new beginning. In that new beginning, we don't know who's going to remain with us or who's going to leave. We don't know who's going to stick with us and who's going to leave. And I kind of see it already. There's been some changes, there's some things, and there's people who are still sticking with us, and then the people who are not going to. So stay tuned, you all, and I'm going to end this stream, and I want people to remember one ending reveals to a new beginning. And yesterday was a very beautiful ending. But a new beginning starting. Stay tuned, you all.